Let's just hop straight in. Why not? I still got 98 of whatever this is. I don't need to do the tutorial, I assure you. At least I hope. Maybe I do. You never know. Okay, well, let's actually just go and start the run. No other characters. Still got the usual weapons. Usual UI. Bird. I want in my butt. Intense wins 2. Balance wins 5. Let's go with intense. Oof. Okay, cool. So one thing I noticed pretty much immediately that was I'm pretty sure is a change, is the shotgun now has to pump before you can fire again. So, well, I'm pretty sure you could just, like, you know, full auto fire it beforehand. Oh. Woo! I don't remember, I don't remember those firing lines. I should also change where chat is. Oh, Monster Hunter Rise looking different. Alright. Hang on, let me have a look. I mean, it should say, yeah, it says Voidigo for me. Oh well. Where did I normally put chat? Is there any free space? There is a free space right here. Foggy. Okay. Let me move it a little bit over just to you know, just to make it easier. Is that perfect? And let me have a look. Yeah, that's pretty much perfect. It's not lined up though, which might bother you. Probably bothers me. But I'm not the one watching it, so... Oh, this feels, Ooh! Yeah, I can definitely feel, the shotgun... Oh! Is a bit worse. Definitely doesn't feel as spammable as it used to. I'm pretty sure you didn't actually have to pump it before. Oh, sometimes these have things in them if you break them. Okay, nothing. Damn. I was really hoping it was gonna have something. Man, that chat placement is actually kind of annoying me a little bit. I'll fix it in, like... I don't know. Maybe, I might fix it. Oh well. At least the tactic of just kind of go in and stomp on them works just as fine as usual, you know? Put bottom center. What is that? Ooh! That's Rocky. Bottom center could work, yeah. Oh my god, no, this is a weapon, holy shit. Oh, I can't deal with that just yet, damn. I guess I gotta kill the enemies? I forgot how this, these small little areas work. Nice. I might actually sacrifice my shotgun to that, because this, this weapon we just got is... Ow! It's actually, like, really damn good. Oh, hang on. Oh, no. No, yeah, the map is just overlaying on the side. I thought it was just too big. The stream. I do enjoy snakes. Explode? I kind of want to see what explode does. I'm guessing when we take damage, we explode? Question mark? Maybe when we lose a health point, we explode? Let's try it. Explosives in your loot. I see. Oh, we can't go back in. Damn. I was gonna sacrifice the shotgun. Forgot to. Let's go and deal with the other lock things before we deal with the boss. Plus, they'll meet us anyway. They'll come back. I think the explosives in your loot thing, I remember it now. It's just like they explode. You know, these. Yeah. Actually, that's maybe better than I give it credit for. Because it looks like you can actually aim it. Can you aim it? Okay, no you can't. If you could aim that would be pretty pog, actually. That would maybe do a lot of work. Just send explosives down to all the enemies. Yeah, I don't remember those beams of those beams dictating where the enemies are aiming. That could be done though. Maybe they already did exist though. Oh. I am a big fan of this gun though. This gun is excellent. Oh shit, I want to get in there. I wonder when this game's gonna get its first big update. Oh, I didn't actually expect that to work. Look at him. I love the tongue shellfish. They're so cute. Shellfish, my beloved. Ooh, oh my god. These are like the two weapons I tend to like quote-unquote main, honestly. Like the breacher and the combat rifle. I kind of run with these all the time, man, honestly. Let's run with the combat rifle and the incinerator. I kind of like the two. Honestly, none of these are that great. I mean, I guess we could go with backbuckler. Maybe. Although I'll maybe make more use of pyrosols. I do kind of like the fire stomping, you know? God, I love the combat rifle, man. It is excellent. It is difficult to pass down. Yeah, I am pretty curious on when the first content update for this game drops. I think they said they wanted this. Oh, wow. I think they said they wanted this game to be in early access for like a year. It feels like this boss has more health than I remember him having. Is it just me? Because usually we kind of ice these bosses pretty quickly. We end up having to go to the other beacons pretty much instantly. Oh no! If these dudes have more health now, then you really have to resupply your incinerator from time to time. It seems really good. It does seem really good. I just keep forgetting that it exists. Plus, it's really nice to have combat rifle ammo, since it's going to be like the workhorse for the entire run. You know. If I find any ammo, I'll put it into the incinerator. That, seems smart. Yeet! Although again, we are very quickly running out of helmet rifle ammo. Oh, cool! At least I'm dealing damage with all the explosives. That helps. Ooh! I'll take that for the combat rifle, actually. We're going down. Okay. Nope. Whoa! What's good? Hey, Amazing Al. Yeah, things are going well. Things are going pretty good. Let me move chat because it's now it is now bothering me because it's overlapping with all the other stuff. Ah, now it's too low. What about now? Is it working now? Is it in a good place now? Okay, that seems about right. This was shiny for like half a second. Was I seeing things? Yeah, I think I was seeing things. I thought it was actually just shiny. I guess not. Gimme. They said that they reduced the quantity of loot that you get. So far, I don't really feel that. I've gotten more loot this entire time than I have in like almost any other run. There's like 20 guns here. Oh! Oh! There we go, just throw some bananas over. They might like it. I do like that the bananas can go over over cover. It's really nice, really convenient. This game is arcade style reminiscent of Nuclear Throne. That's actually the main inspiration, supposedly. Supposedly this was really inspired by Nuclear Throne, which I can tell. It's very noticeable. I feel like it also takes a lot from Enter the Gungeon. It kind of takes the guns aspect of it. But I was told that this was much more inspired by Nuclear Throne. There's a there, the boss is here. There's a lot of like gun sacrificing totems around the area, or not totems, I guess, but you know, machines. I think we should use some of them because we need some materials. I mean, we're only on 2 HP and we have basically no ammo for the majority of our weapons. So it would be nice to get. Yeah, I'll give you that. Gimme! Oh. Give me an igniter. We got 2 fire weapons, nice. We're the Firemancer right now because we also got Fire Souls. You have a criminally low amount of hours in Gungeon and Throne for a person who primarily plays roguelites. Honestly, the biggest criminal there is Nuclear Throne. Not having a lot of hours in Nuclear Throne is sad. Because it's such an excellent game. Go! I forgot I can't, I have to run that. Where's the, thing? There it is. Let's like it. You done Gunfire Reborn? I have not done Gunfire Reborn. I don't actually know a lot about that. Almost nothing even. Igniter is okay so far. I mean, I wouldn't say the Igniter is really like doing work, but it's existing. Doesn't feel especially powerful, but I know there was another gun sacrifice. Maybe it was, I don't know where it is actually. We're gonna find it. It was in there, wasn't it? But we just missed it because I went out too early. And then here is a shop. Ooh. I do like the Bone Rattler though. The Bone Rattler I remember being very good, unless they nerfed it, in which case, sad times. Okay. Yeah, let's go for the boss. I really love how this game does its bosses. Oh, they're so nice. Oh, ow. Oh, I have to run from this. You can't actually shoot while walking with that. Most of these attacks you can continue shooting while walking. The beams you cannot. Okay, nice. I was beginning to think we were actually gonna die there. I haven't played in a hot minute, so you know. Did they give me another combat rifle? Damn. Ooh. Aw, shame. None of these are particularly that good. I mean, the buttons are okay. The buttons are, not the worst. I'll pick up a button, why not? Sacrifice health for the, that shoots the lasers, I think. Unless it's the laser button? We don't have enough to feed this dude, right? It makes beacons shoot, yeah. The icon for that is a bit not clear. It makes it look like it's a button that you would step on and it would kind of, you know, shoot out in different or in vertical and horizontal directions, you know, like the icon says. But it's actually just, it just locks onto enemies and just zaps them every now and then. Should maybe make it more of like a... Oh.
With an acquainted feeling, an urge to look into the sun for too long.
Quick with this.
You should not. You will hurt yourself. But yet you venture on into the unknown.
I think the icon might be a bit clearer if it was more like lightning strikes kind of pulling off instead of just like vertical and horizontal strikes. Or lines. But, I mean, it still works. Still just fine. Once you've used it once, you know what it does. Not really a problem. Wow, I don't know where that damage came from. I'm out of ammo! No, incinerator! The incinerator is pretty good. I might actually sacrifice it though. We'll see what other weapons we get though. We'll see. It's pretty good for a damage over time weapon though. It deals more damage than it initially seemed like, considering it goes on for a while after you've shot. It's really hard to actually discern. I think this is just for like a general in most games. It's really difficult to actually discern how much damage you're doing via damage over time. For the most part. I think some games communicate it well, but I think most games don't. Usually because you don't really need to. It's not really something you need to communicate. You know, it do damage. That's about all you need to know. Borderlands communicates damage over time nicely. I think Risk of Rain is also another game that communicates damage over time nicely. It has the whole, like, you know, the debuffs above the enemy's health bars and tells you, like, oh, blah, 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 you know, they're dealing, or they are receiving, like, 17 stacks of bleed and shit. In most games, you kind of just have to accept that you're dealing more damage. In fact, I would even say this is something that, for example, Monster Hunter doesn't do well. I don't remember them having that attack. What the hell? Yeah, Monster Hunter doesn't do damage over time well. It, like an element in Monster Hunter World, like poison, you don't actually know how much damage you're dealing with the poison. I mean, you do. You can see it proccing. But, you know, it's not something you would actively pay attention to during a hunt. Monster Hunter doesn't do damage well, period. I don't agree with that, actually. I think Monster Hunter does damage fine. It just looks not fine, in my opinion. You know, when you're seeing all the damage you do, and you're like, oh, I'm doing 150 damage a hit with the hammer and stuff like that. You're like, oh yeah, that's. Most people are like, yeah, but those are really low numbers. And I think that's fine. Monster Hunter having low numbers makes a lot of sense for the health pools that monsters have. Since they do theirs in the thousands rather than, oh god. Ambushed me, dude. Yeah, they do theirs in the thousands as opposed to, like, quintillions. I had that comment when I was bringing someone else who wasn't familiar with Monster Hunter into the game. Where they were looking at the numbers and they're like, why am I only dealing like 4 damage a hit? I'm like, well, that's kinda how it is. That's how Monster Hunter does it, you know? And you're like, well, that's not very satisfying. And I can understand it. It's a sentiment I can understand, at least. But I do think Monster Hunter does do damage well in general, also because, you know, the monsters procedurally, they look worse for wear the more parts you break, and you know, they get more and more tired, they start, their behavior changes depending on how much damage you've done to specific parts, and I think that, honestly, out of any game, it does damage very well. It doesn't do damage over time good, though. This is a kind of a fact. With damage over time in Monster Hunter, you just kind of see the damage proccing. You don't really get, like, a good summarization, like for how long is it going on? Who knows? How much of an effect is it having on the monster's health pool? Who knows? At least with your own attacks, you can get like a pretty accurate summarization, you know? With the right experience. If you don't know how much health a monster has, you can't really tell how much damage you're doing. I don't think a health bar would fix that. I think a health bar would actually make Monster Hunter worse, to be honest. I'm glad they don't do it. You would see how little damage you're actually dealing on a hit-per-hit basis. I can't believe I dodged all those hits. Yeah, it would be very unsatisfying if, for example, you were, oh, this is the shotgun. Okay. Yeah, but it would be very unsatisfying in Monster Hunter if they actually did have a health bar at the bottom. And then, you know, you hit them with like, your most powerful attack, and then, like, you don't even see the health bar budge. And you're like, wow, okay, well, sure. It would really demotivate people. It's one of those instances where obscuring information has a much better game feel than not obscuring. Than actually making it visible. I think it works. Again, though, damage over time, I really wish they could, Monster Hunter did something with damage over time that made it a lot more obvious. Because as it stands, it's just, you see the numbers and that's it. Honestly, it kind of goes just in general. Like, I don't think I've seen a game do damage over time, or at least visualize it very, very well. I kind of like the hot gun, but I think I'll sacrifice it. Yeah, but I've lost count to the people who try Monster Hunter and legitimately believe they are doing no damage at all because they attack for several minutes and don't see any change. Yeah, that's an understandable qualm to have. Feeling like you're doing actually nothing. Sometimes Monster Hunter does feel a bit like that, I'll admit, where, you know, you're dealing lots and lots of damage to the monster, and you don't see any significant change. Yeah, you don't see any significant change, and then all of a sudden they drop, and they die. I thought I was able to get in the corner in time, but that's fine. You know? You're like, wow, this monster has so much health, and then like 2 seconds later, in the next hit, they die, and you're like, oh, I didn't even know. I mean, luckily they've made a lot of that information a lot less obscure. Like, there's the whole capture symbol now telling you what HP they're at. All the visual indicators when it comes to their parts breaking. Their parts breaking a lot easier, and, you know, having multiple stages as well. I think that's also really important. To separate a lot of Monster Hunter and like a lot of the Monster Hunter clones. For example, I really don't like Dauntless. You'd think I would like Dauntless because I love Monster Hunter, but Dauntless is literally just like watered down Monster Hunter, and not in a good way. Not in like a, oh, it's just easier Monster Hunter. It's more like it's just Monster Hunter but shit, and with all the mechanic, with like it doesn't understand half the shit that it does well. For example, in Dauntless is like the definition of what you're talking about, where you wail on the monster, you have no idea what its health is at, feel like you're doing no damage, and you get no feedback at all. You get zero feedback on if you're doing damage. And then eventually the monster just dies. That's it. You know? The monster just collapses at one point, and you're like, oh, I guess I was dealing damage the entire time, I guess. But at least in Monster Hunter, when you're actually dealing damage to the monster and hitting specific parts, like, they eventually break and you see the effects of it. The monster's moveset changes, they get more tired, they get, you know, they get scars. And that's what Monster Hunter does really well. I guess as a new player, it's actually just really hard to see those visual changes. Like, you kind of just look at the number and you're expecting like a health bar, but it being on the monsters themselves, technically, you know, I guess isn't very intuitive. I think it's pretty intuitive, but I guess for some people it might not be. But I think it's mostly intuitive for me because I'm familiar with Monster Hunter right now. Seeing the monster's arm break and then seeing it get scarred, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm doing damage, you know? And I've also, you know... Oh, I thought that was the boss. I forgot this boss existed. Considering I've fought maybe, how many monsters do you think I've fought? I'm trying to surmise how many monsters I've fought in Monster Hunter. It's definitely in like the 300s, 400s, maybe. Probably more. Yeah, but considering how many I've fought, you would think I would, at this point, I would have a good idea of how their health pool works and stuff like that. So it's a bit biased of a thing to say. Again, I think honestly the main demotivator when it comes to playing something like Monster Hunter is just the amount of mechanics it keeps obscured behind his belt. And luckily it's been getting better. Rise genuinely makes like lots and lots of changes and efforts and quality of life improvements to make that stuff smoother. You know, I think Rise is like by far like the smoothest, easiest Monster Hunter to get into in like since the series existed. All the menus are so nice and quality of life, but even then it still commits some really bad kind of obfuscation. Not obfuscation, obscuration. Ooh. Ooh. I just don't like the sheer number of things to keep track of that just dumps you on you out of the gate. I really, yeah, that's kind of what I mean. Monster Hunter has a ton of mechanics that, like, the game tells you about, but you don't really know if they're that important, and, like, hint, they are. They're most of them are important. Or at least important if you want to do, like, really, really well. I have Monster Hunter World, but the combat was too committed for me. It felt really sluggish. That's another aspect that people kind of complain about. Is the movement and the combat tends to feel really kind of committal, and like you have to commit to it. Feels like time controls, you know? And that's kind of just a part of the experience. That's the movement it goes for. It goes for the really kind of slow paced movement. Unless you're playing some specific weapon, like Dual Blades is a bit more mobile, you know, because you're moving while attacking. But most single player kind of hack and slash games really just give you the freedom to do whatever you want and build their enemies around that, you know? Oh, wow. I loved how Hunting Horn worked, but I couldn't play it the way I wanted to. Well, how was the way you wanted to play it? Fast. Well, that's because it's not a fast weapon. That's kind of the point, you know. If you're looking for a fast weapon, I guess the game doesn't really tell you which weapons are... It does actually tell you which weapons are fast, but it definitely wasn't the Hunting Horn. Hunting Horn, if anything, is probably one of the slower. That and like the Horn, the Great Sword, the, you know, the usual slow ones, the Heavy Bowgun. But its mechanic is so unique. Yeah. I think Monster Hunter kind of just takes a little bit to get into, in my opinion. It's one of those games that, you know, when people make the statement, oh, it gets good like 20 hours in. Oh, it gets good like 30 to 40 hours in. Oh, you start understanding it like 40 hours in. And you're like, wow, that's a big time commitment. And like, it is. But it's probably not any more true. Or, it's never been truer when it comes to something like Monster Hunter. Where, you know, most people even go out of their way to say, everyone loves Monster Hunter. They just haven't played it long enough to find or to figure that out. You know. I think it's also kind of partially true. Once you get into the rhythm, it's just an experience that doesn't really compare to like any other experience. First impressions matter, though. I do think that, yeah, it does. First impressions do matter. Nobody's won someone over on their fourth date. I don't agree with that, actually. I think that's not true. My friend who loves the game is back in the summer, so I'll probably give it another go then. Whenever I try and kind of goad people into playing Monster Hunter, I try and soften the blow as much as possible. Because, you know, the Monster Hunter is going to overload you with information. It's going to be like, oh, you have resistances, and you have blah, 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 and you know, don't forget about the cultivation, don't forget about your bounties, don't forget about your investigations, don't forget about... And you're like, oh god, please shut up, I want to hunt monsters. Hang on, I got an itchy ear. Oh god, Feels like I got something stuck in it. But yeah, Monster Hunter is very much like piling information on you on top of information. And it tells you about all these mechanics, which ultimately are important, but I think it introduces them far too on the nose, let's say. If you don't impress someone in the first date, they won't want to go on the second one. I don't know, again, I don't know if I agree with that. Sometimes it can happen. Sometimes you can have like a fourth date. No impressing the first, third, and fourth, you know. First, second, and third, you know. It's poopy, my beloved. I think Monster Hunter should start introducing its mechanics piecemeal instead. And by that I mean, I know this is also very difficult to program, probably, or it's just very time-consuming, but bring up the mechanics when they're relevant, is basically what I'm getting at. Bring up the mechanics when they're actually relevant. Because the game kind of starts off and goes, remember resistances, remember affinity, remember your attack level, remember, you know, your moveset. And I kind of just think it should go, it should come when that relevation is, or when that information is relevant. For example, this is just like just a hypothetical situation. If I was making a Monster Hunter game, I wouldn't introduce resistances, or I wouldn't talk about resistances until, like, for example, you're about to face a monster you have a negative resistance in. Or maybe, you know, if you faint once in the quest against the monster, you could then, you know, as a developer, you could then put up a menu saying, hey, don't forget about your resistances. Is your resistances too low? And, you know, are they dealing an element you're weak to? You know, oops. You know, make the player think more. Make them, introduce them to the mechanic kind of piecemeal and think, hey, this might be important if you think about it. I think, like, that's the type of stuff I would do to really soften the blow in Monster Hunter's mechanic overload that it kind of pulls into you. I think, again, Rise overall though has done like a phenomenal job. It's done about as good as Rise could have done so far, I think. I feel like that could annoy the player, like you just died in the game and now you about its mechanics. Or you could just, you know, not play Monster Hunter. I mean, yeah, you could just not play it. But I mean, if you want, I'm talking about, like, if you wanted to, you know? And I also think, again, like, the game could always do better at slowly introducing the players into its mechanics. And I do understand what you mean, that might be a bit patronizing to go like, hey, you just died. Here might be why, fucko. It might seem more like that rather than like, this is an important thing that you may be interested, or that may change the tide of this battle. You know, I understand players can think like that. But then again, I also think the most important part is just don't overload it. Don't go and pile like 40 different stats on you at once and say that they're all important without clarifying why, you know? See, it is a shame because Monster Hunter does have a super extensive tutorial and information glossary. If you're ever interested in information on Monster Hunter, like this, again, hypothetical, if you were ever interested in figuring something out or getting information on something, the game literally has like a full massive book worth of information in a admittedly a menu they kind of tuck away, where they're like, here's like a ton of shit, a ton of info on anything you want to know, but they don't tell people where that button or that book is, you know? They don't really push you towards it. They let you kind of discover all the stuff on your own, which is good in its own right, I think, as well. You know, it's trying to find the balance in hand-holding and letting people experiment. I think Monster Hunter does it a bit too far in the experiment way, where you kind of have to experiment to figure out anything. But it is a shame that the game does give you all the information you could possibly want, but no one ever knows where it is, you know? Maybe make it so that the information can come up contextually, in the sense that, you know, if you're you know, in the armor menu and you're looking at armor and trying to craft some stuff, there could be a some sort of pop-up down the side saying, like, do you want to know more about this? You know, like, you know, open or press this button to bring up a menu to know more about how armor works and stuff like that. Just putting it a bit more in people's faces is what I mean. Not enough to annoy them, but enough to kind of push them. But then again, I also just think Monster Hunter just in general is a very convoluted game, and I don't think there's really any easy way of softening the blow most of the time. It's kind of just one of those games you have to tough through. If you don't tough through it, then you probably won't be interested. I'm just of the belief that it's better to not have those tons of mechanics at all, hence why I don't play it at all. I mean, I think it's better to have those tons of mechanics because it makes the game so much more engaging, you know? Monster Hunter just wouldn't be the same if you removed all of these mechanics, because they are important and they do make a difference. I don't think a game should be dumbed down just to make it easier. I think a game should be explained better to make it easier. No game is ever complex. It's just... Or no game is ever completely ununderstandable. It's just that usually it doesn't communicate as good as it could be. But that's kind of why I state that these mechanics should be introduced piecemeal, as opposed to just hoarded in at the player whenever they become relevant. Because I guarantee, whenever you're playing Monster Hunter and you know you're fighting against Pukey or low-rank Pukey at the very beginning of the game, resistances are not important. They're actually just not important at all. It is about the least important information that you could ever actually have to learn at that point in the game. Which is why I'm saying, like, give it when they need it. When it could be relevant. A monster that people struggle with, you know. Then be like, hey, resistances are a thing. Like sharpness, I have to be dedicate ruler button. But that also does the sharpness. No, I don't think that. I think that's terrible. I think that just wouldn't work with Monster Hunter. All the buttons are already used in Monster Hunter, and like dedicating one just to sharpening makes 0 sense. Especially considering 4 of the weapons in the game don't even sharpen. So I think that would be a pretty poor decision. You know, your controls are just the weapon. Just you, your movement, and the weapon. None of the extra stuff. But like sharpening your weapon is an item by comparison. It's a whetstone. You know, it's a lot more contextually understandable. Not to mention, it means you can't press it accidentally. It is very rare for you to sharpen accidentally, because you have to put in quite a dedicated amount of thought into doing it. You can't. It's not like you're just going to spam your radial wheel and start sharpening. It's about as contextually good as it could be. Sorry, Ploopy. I do think that just making it a button just wouldn't work, though. That would be pretty, especially, again, like every other button is taken up. There's genuinely no buttons on the controllers to do it. it's already kind of stretching the extent of the, you know, the buttons you can use. What the hell? Oh, I thought, I was like, why did it give me an egg? I didn't want an egg. What is that? Oh, the rebel grenade. No, I'll take the bouncy bullets, thank you. I could trade that for HP. It hasn't really been doing anything, so... Sure, take it. At least I don't think it's doing anything. I guess it was maybe some good AoE, but... This game has a very charming theme art style. It does. I really love this game's art style. Oh wow, they really nerfed you. Get nerfed. Now there's something I can do with these. Oh, but they come down here anyway. Okay, cool. Nice.
Than the bees.
Honestly, Monster Hunter, I'm glad that it's gotten a lot more quality of life as of the last two games, you know, World and Rise, because the old games were very not user-friendly by comparison. Like, you'd think the Monster Hunter was, you know, much, much worse back then with all its systems and stuff. I'll take the, I'll get rid of the micro. Okay. I mean, that's fine by me. I should have gotten rid of the home run, actually. I don't really use the home run. I feel like in this game you have to build around melee, in my opinion. If you don't build around melee, you kind of stuff it. I'm not sure what else Monster Hunter could streamline. At least without pissing people off. A lot of the, what's it called? Yeah, a lot of the fans of Monster Hunter got a little bit angry when they started removing, or not angry, they weren't that angry, they were just kind of miffed when Rise removed hot drinks and cold drinks. Because if you didn't know, in areas like the desert, or the lava, or the lava zones, and the frost zones, you had to drink hot drinks and cold drinks to make sure your temperature was normal. Otherwise, you would either lose stamina faster, or you would gradually lose health, you know? Something like that. I think it was lose stamina, for the most part. Oh yeah, no, with hot, you had to drink hot drinks so that you didn't burn up. Well, you had to drink cold drinks to make sure that you, had stamina. And Rise ended up removing that, and they just said, you know, people, you know, rarely use this mechanic anyway, we're just gonna remove it and, you know, hope that you guys don't miss it. And for the most part, the Monster Hunter fandom was like, yeah, okay, fine. I mean, we still like it, but, you know. Oh god. I think Monster Hunter is just a game that kind of has to be explained through exposure. It's the angle. He'll start being my devil soon. Yeah, I do think Monster Hunter has to... It's just gonna have to be one of those games that gets explained and expanded through exposure. Debit, you mean? That's why Monster Hunter World was such a colossal success, is that it was a massive exposure for for the game and its mechanics and how it works and the weapons. It was so just. It made the game much more understandable than it was previously for most people because most people were familiar with it. Now Monster Hunter is being included in like memes based on other games now, when previously it wasn't. It was like this niche Japanese franchise no one really cared about. Now everyone's like, yeah, we know what it is. We know how it works. Which I think that makes it a lot more palatable for most people. And that's like the true success of Monster Hunter World. That's what Monster Hunter World did right. It made the game super consumable and palatable to most people. Oh god, that looks so cool. To each their own, I suppose. I do think it's a game that just kind of, it takes the right mood and the right kind of mindset rather than the right taste, quote unquote. You never know. Ultimately, them making the game more understandable isn't going to change a lot for the people who just aren't interested, though. I'm always going to try my best to kind of convince people they're missing out on an excellent game, though. On an excellent experience. I'll stick to my mindless Oonga Boonga. You can keep putting the Konami code in order to swing a knife. The Konami code is what makes it satisfying, It's like honestly, making a comparison, I know it's a really dumb comparison by the sound of it, but comparing Monster Hunter to a fighting game is surprisingly applicable, in my opinion. Both of them have combos, both of them have like movesets and routes and kind of pacing and turns and it's a lot more apt of a comparison than you might initially realize, which is why they give you a training room with damage calculators and stuff. It's basically a PvE fighting game. You ever played Manual Samuel? I have not played Manual Samuel. I don't even know what that is, actually. I'll buy this. I think I can actually spend a lot more money in the shops now because the dude who consumes all of my shards takes so much less now. He only took like 20 to 30 of them away from me. What? An ab. Critical hit chance. Ultra rare. Dominate the game with a slab of muscle tissue safely and painlessly extracted from a willing human. Carrying this strong piece of meat gives you the ability to critically damage your enemies. We got affinity out, boys. Let's go. Weakness exploit. Damn, dude. We coming up in the world. Gonna make some more talismans. I think we have enough money to feed to the beast. It's a game where you have to survive a full workday while manually controlling every bodily function, including breathing and blinking. Oh, Manual Samuel. Ah. Yeah, I've heard of that now. It was like somewhere deep within the depths of my mind and I just didn't even notice. I've never played it. I think I've only seen like brief gameplay though. Chino! How do I know if I get a critical strike? Oh, we're out of HP. Or we're out of available HP to take away. Might be up your alley since you keep track of a lot of things. Honestly, I find games that, where you have to keep track of a lot of things really satisfying. Especially if they're all like actually important and they're not just like puff. That's why I really like Monster Hunter's many mechanics, because they're all important. But for the most part, that you can kind of just like, in Monster Hunter specifically, you can think about them, then ignore them, you know? They don't matter during the hunt, for the most part. They matter during the prep phase. Ow. But I do like games that have a lot of stuff to juggle. Has a lot of stuff to juggle. Again, like, Doom is another one, Doom Eternal. Juggling all the weapons and mechanics of the monsters and shit like that. Usually because you can get to a state of flow with most of them. You know, you don't need to think about things a lot when it comes to Doom or Monster Hunter when you've actually mastered those mechanics, you know? They're all just autopilot. And it's really satisfying to be like on full autopilot for most of the time. On stuff that you previously couldn't do. That's why fighting games are really satisfying as well, because once you get to a state where you're just autopiloting, it's super nice. Strongest fucking beetle on Earth? Oh my god. Oh, I can go down here for some health, actually. Imagine trying to put on clothes while you have separate inputs for each arm, each leg, one blinking. One for blinking, one for breathing, one for breathing out. One for your back muscles. I mean, there is, you know, there is a limit to it, I think. There's like gimmicky stuff that might not be as much of a fan of, but I didn't mind a lot of the gimmicky games that kind of came out around 2014, like Surgeon Simulator and I Am Bread, where you had to manage quite a lot in those. Not in Surgeon Simulator as much, but yeah, I am a fan of those kind of overly complex games. And also, you know, like, I guess another one would be Receiver, you know. Oh, fuck. You okay, Chino? I'm not over there. Oh! I really love how this game telegraphs its boss attacks. Honestly, that's like one of the coolest parts of this game, in my opinion. It's just how readable the bosses are. It's actually kind of ingenious. Debit. He can be your angle or your debit. What? This was just sitting here? I'll take the anti-void blaster. I like it. Very nice. No, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate, actually. These are not that good. I mean, I'll take fire button. What else can I do? Do you want fire button? Because if you want fire button, I'll give you fire button. Sacrifice max health for power up. Another fire button? I kind of want to do it for the meme. I'm not gonna lie. Are we just gonna be like stomping everywhere and there's just gonna be buttons all over the ground? I would have preferred a lot more ammo than health, but fine, I'll do it for the meme. I got 3 fire buttons. Fucking hell. Is this the boss? Yeah. Oh my god, there's so many buttons. Holy shit. I wasn't expecting that many buttons. Well, I mean, at least we got fire buttons, you know? They're everywhere. The floor is lava because I make it so. Oh, I've never seen this. Oh, that's cool. It's like a monster hunter weapon. Yeah, look at my new longsword. I quite like it. It seems fun. Not gonna take it though. Can't make me. I'll do it. Oh. Goose, cool. Flash bash. Just a big shotgun. Oh. I'll stick with the anti-void blaster for now, but that was a pop. Let me out! I'm going up. Thank you. Oh shit. Oh, there they are. There's a stick! There's just a stick! You start doing that. Go on, spawn your dudes. Yeah, fire button, go! Oh. Fire button pog! Woo! They for sure buffed the hell out of their boss. I feel like it. Oh. Please die. This can pierce, right? That's what this does. Maybe it doesn't. Apparently bow staff is super good. Whoa, whoa. Oh, I've got 112 things. I'm out. Nice. Yeah, we got 112, whatever Mitch calls. I still don't know what they're used for, and I hope they don't reset whenever they do a big update. They probably will though. They'll probably make it so they actually do reset, sadly. Let's actually go with the beginner. I don't know if I want to do these difficulties, honestly. I kind of like intense. Intense feels like the right amount of difficulty, in my opinion. Feels just right enough. We'll definitely do 1 or 2 more runs. We'll see. Come on. Break. I feel like those things have had something in them before. I could be going crazy. Maybe something broke that wasn't that, and I thought that gave me items or something at some point. You know, right idea, wrong cause. Honestly, I'm surprised at how readable this game actually is, considering how cluttered the visuals are. Cluttered in like in a good way, like full, you know. Lots of color, lots of detail, lots of stuff going on, lots of bullets, you know. And it's surprisingly readable. Voidigo frame data when. Come on, Daz, when are we getting the frame data? What's the frame data on Drash's jump, on her dodge? I need to know the frame data on her dodge. Listen, it's very important. I need it because I need to know if I'm plus or not on block. You know? You know, if it's not plus, then why would I even use it? It's Candyman. Candyman, stop! I'm busy fighting enemies that are more tougher than you. Thanks for waiting, Candyman. Oh, I'm dealing damage. Look at me go. You know what game I really wanted to get into, but I couldn't for some reason? I think I just didn't really have the right motivation. I really wanted to get into Trackmania. The most recent one, the one that Ubisoft put out like a year or two ago. I think it was a year at this point, maybe less than a year. It was it wasn't free to play. Ew, Ubisoft. Yeah, I agree. Ew, Ubisoft. Ubisoft is disgusting, but you know, that's probably why I didn't get into it. Actually, I was probably like, Ubisoft. But I really like the look of that game. of Trackmania, the most recent free version. Oh yeah, they also they did this really bizarre kind of pricing scheme for the game, where it was like it's a subscription service where you have to buy the game and you only get access to it for a year. And everyone was like, wow, it's a subscription. You made the most recent Trackmania a subscription service-based game? And then Ubisoft were like, it's not subscription. You pay once, and then you have to pay again sometime later. And it's like, that's literally a subscription. This is... You crazy? In reality, they were just trying to blow smoke up people's asses. Obviously, it didn't work. Try and blow smoke up consumers' asses, and you'll get smoke back. Unless you're CD Projekt Red prior to the release of Cyberpunk 2077, then you'll get kisses instead. And then when you release the game, then you get smoke. You know. I want to go down. No, I want to go to the left. Excuse me, move out of the way. But I actually really wanted to get into it. I also played it for like 10 minutes and was like, wow, this feels very complex, controls-wise, and like not easy. And then I gave up. But I was really interested in it. I really like it. I really love like the visuals of that game. And like... just the gameplay, but I don't know. Ubisoft are making it mighty hard to like anything they do nowadays. Aside from go to jail, hopefully. I would like that. I like how you can have 1 HP and still get hit and not die. Like, your health bar isn't like a, it's not like, oh, 3 hits and you're dead. Like something like Nuclear Throne is a lot of the time. It's very just like an actual genuine health bar. Technically, each heart is 20 HP. Yeah, but it feels very much, you know, like it's very specifically obscure in a way that makes it feel unique. When in reality, you just have 60 HP and every attack deals a certain amount of that. You know. I also like how Far Cry 3 and 4 did HP. Same. I really like Far Cry's HP situation most of the time. Where they have the kind of segmented health bar you can gradually refill, or you can top it off with the Bone Kraken. Honestly, the more complex you make healing, or the more options you give for healing in most games, the more I actually tend to like it. You know, give you this option, give you that option, give you this option. I know we've talked about it a bajillion times already, and you're like, oh my god, shut the fuck up, please. But Monster Hunter does that really well, where it gives you like 400 different methods of healing, and you can choose whichever one you want. Some, obviously they're better than others, but that usually means they're more limited. Which is nice, I think it's a lot of choice. I'm done talking about it now, don't worry. Even when we're not streaming Monster Hunter, apparently, it just keeps coming back, you know? It's great balance between regeneratable HP and needing medkits. Yeah. Ow! I'm actually really happy that makes an explosion now, so you actually, I just like seeing shit explode, and then getting a bunch of stuff for it. Monkey Brain Neuron Activate. Then Far Cry removed, like, all of that. Did it? Did Far Cry remove all of that? I don't remember a lot of Far Cry. Except for the fact that I did like the antagonists. I do enjoy Far Cry 5 a lot, actually. I don't think it's a bad game like everyone else says it is. Minecraft had one solid regenerating HP bar. Oh. Damn. I forgot about that actually. I still don't even remember that. But give me the helping hand. Give me the okay hand. Do these things even attack? They just kind of sit and like lick the ground. They're so cute. They do. You could quick heal using medkits, but it was just a bandage animation. Ubisoft added again. You know. Dumb and dumb mechanics for no reason. I kind of want to play Forza as well. Forza for Horizon. But I kind of can't be asked. That's one of those genuine times where, like, also the game costs a lot of money. The game costs genuine money, so I can't be asked with that either. At least Forza is like kind of free. Like kind of free, I mean like not free. Not Forza, Trackmania, my bad. Did I say Trackmania? Okay, so Quadzuka is insane. Quadzuka is insanely good. I'll keep the Quadzuka on me actually, and I won't take the I do really like the anti-void blaster, but the Quadzuka just deals more damage, so sort of makes sense though. With the player customization, it's hard to make those kinds of healing animations with a variety of gloves and sleeves. Fucker 4 had this issue with Herc's beefy arms. I mean, I think they should just, you know, have a protagonist. But, you know, what do I know? Although they are going with... Is that an actual... Like, could we actually get in there? Hey, dude, come here, come here. Can you open this? Okay, they opened it, but no, there's nothing there. Damn, I thought there was like a secret. Ah! Fucker 4 had this issue with Herc's beef. Oh, you already said that, yeah. Or I already read that. Yeah, you better cry. Get out of here. I'm sorry, I was mean. Excuse me, I would like... Oh... Glacial Soul. I'll take Glacial Soul. No, I'm not gonna trade you shit for a button. That's dumb. Here. Eating good tonight, boys? Oh, nice. You know what? Here, have this. Thank you. I'll have coffee. And I'll pick up this instead. Can we get a gun lance in this game? Oh my god. I hope there's a melee weapon which is like a gun lance.
A barren wasteland full of
that would be kind of cool. Cool.
And somehow
The third hit of the melee is just like a gunshot, you know? Woo! Oh, I don't like this melee weapon actually. I don't like this freaking bloodboard enemy. Ooh, poison button. Accuracy optimizer. I'll take accuracy optimizer. Oh god, my weapon's broke. Well, I don't know what to do with that. I guess I could trade the weapon? I mean, I would love to do that. Okay, well, I guess we're doing this. Rocket launcher only run Pog? We're pogging. What the? Oh my god, you can fire just one if you jump. Can you? Oh, but you can delay the shots. So you can't stop them from coming out, but... Wait, hang on. You can! That's actually really cool. Chill out, Rambo. This isn't as good of a strat as I initially thought it might be. Sure. Give me another bazooka. Okay, this is just the soldier run. We're going with the soldier run. Let's go. Engineer Gaming. Give me... This is a melee thing, isn't it? These two are melee. Give me more coffee, why not? I don't know what chance of dropping coffee does, but... surely it does something. Bazooka run, let's go though. Ah! Ooh, breacher. I do really like the breacher. What? Normal snake. Oh, it's a snake! I mean, what I'd expect, you know? Is it like the Needler from Halo? treasure him. He will be treasured. I've got ice souls! God, that's overpowered, actually. I know what I'm meaning when I get Voidigo. Remember to pet the snake! I hate to say it, but this doesn't feel that good of a weapon. It's cute though. I like it. I wish it was godly, but it doesn't feel godly. It's the best weapon. It's the best weapon in spirit. How dare you reflect my snakes away from me? I fucking love this game, dude. What a great game. I will now outlaw any opinion different from my own. Damn, dude. Discord moderator? When do you get the promotion? Ow. I would like health. No, banning people's opinions are wrong provided they agree with me. Listen, I would never ban people for their opinions if their opinions just line up with mine. Like, it's not that hard. Just agree with me, you know? I mean, I gotta admit, the Breacher isn't that much better. I don't ban people for having a different opinion, I ban them for being wrong. You heard that? You heard that right, folks. Hope you're never wrong in an argument, because you're just gonna get banned. I do love me the double bazooka strat. I'm not gonna lie. Ah! I'm still gonna say it every time. This sounds like Crash Bandicoot 1 music. There's no weapon for me to sacrifice here. I could sacrifice the snakes. I could give the snakes a new home. Might be worth it. And there's another one. Oh! I didn't see you guys. No! Leave me alone! There's so much shit going on! What is it? What? Why was there stuff there? Why was there so much? You know what game I really liked but never finished? Snake Pass. I actually did play quite a lot of Snake Pass when it came out on Switch. And then I didn't finish it. I couldn't be asked. Feels like that way with a lot of games, to be honest. I guess that's why I'm glad I started streaming, because it means I actually have to be held to a standard. I actually have to finish the games I play. Unless I can just get people to forget about them, like I got people to forget about Star Wars Galaxies, and I'm slowly getting people to forget about Subnautica. You know. Fishy beloved. Fishy is beloved. Woo! Buttons! Okay, well, you know what? I'll never forget Fishy beloved. What? These things need to stop it. You know what? I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna go and sacrifice it. Get out of here. Where was the nearest sacrifice? It was here, wasn't it? Yeah. Ooh. Neat. I do quite enjoy the vaporizer, honestly. Let me go and sacrifice this. Oh, there's stuff here. Didn't even notice. I'm a dumbass. There we go. Boss is up there. We gotta deal with him. We're gonna go deal with him. I recorded half of my script for my Monster Hunter World Sharpless run. I recorded half of it. So I've actually done voice stuff today. And now I gotta edit it. But only around half. I haven't actually done the entire thing yet. Reading an entire 5,000 word script is kind of difficult. You know? Boneworks is easy mode. I love it. Okay. Let's go up. Let's go and feed the greedy boy. And let's go and get another button, probably. Because the game loves giving me buttons. Oh. These are actually good. Also, sacrifice power for max health? Absolutely. And then I'll sacrifice max health for power up. Very cool. I don't think I want anything else. And we're good. Honestly, the run has failed if you aren't able to feed that guy 2 times now. Then you're in, like, may as well just quit the run, you know? What's even the point of playing if you can't feed the dude who kills himself every time you give him a certain amount of food? Incinerator! Welcome back. I don't know if I want to do that time. Honestly, it is just does so much damage if you can hit multiple of them at the same time. It's kind of insane, actually. I mean, nah, I think I'll keep my health. At least for now. There we go. Full HP unlocked in the boss. Oh shit. He surprise hit me, dude. He was cheap. Oh my god. What is this mess? Bro, that beam lasts for a while. Holy shit. I didn't pick up any ammo for my my thing. There we go. Didn't need it. Give me the stuff. Oh, you're just now giving me the Tri-Blaster? But the Tri-Blaster is so good. You couldn't have given it to me earlier? Damn. 32 minutes. Cool, so we got 2 wins. Nice. I think I will actually leave it there for now, for the most part. Still wondering when this game's going to get like a beefy update. It's been a while since it released. It released in February, 2 months ago. That's not really a while, actually. That's like no time at all. Yeah, I'm wondering when the first beefy update's coming. I'm kind of excited for that, honestly. Once we start getting new characters and once start getting new starting weapons and stuff, it's going to be really fun. Really damn fun. Already is. So, honestly, they could have pitched this as like a fully released game and I would have been like, yeah, sure. That makes sense. Alright, well, I'll leave it there for now and we can play again sometime later. Alright, I will see you later. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.